Hello friends, welcome to Intuites.
Let's begin the class.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, Samir.
Okay. So, I think last class I have discussed about something about the relationships. Right? Slightly, I just given an example. Two kinds of relationship present in Python. One is called your aggregation. Second one is called your inheritance. Right? So there will be an aggregation. It is like is a like product is a grocery. Sorry, as a customer has a address. That is called your aggregation. Whereas product is a so the grocery item is a product. That is called your inheritance. So there are two types of things are there. Let's discuss first the aggregation. Then I'll go to inheritance. Okay. So let's take. I have a class of customer. Okay. Then I have my constructor. Right. Then inside the constructor, let's take I'm passing name, comma, address. These two. Okay. And I'm passing on self dot name equals to name, self dot address equals to address. So whatever we are passing, that I'm just passing on as the object to it. Right. Now I'm defining another class, which is called address. It's another class. Same I'm saying def underscore int. I'm just not putting anything right now. Even I just don't have any constructor. Let's take. Okay. So just a pass as of now. Okay. Now let's try to create the object of the class first. So I will create an address. Sorry, no, not pass. Let's. Sorry for that. I just mistaken. So we need to take a init of self. Inside that, let's take. I have passing on city, pin code, and state. These are the three things I'm passing on this. Okay. So I'm saying city, self dot city equals to city, self dot pin equals to pin, self dot state equals to state. Okay. This is done. Any questions up to here? We are good on this one. Now I'm creating an object of the address class. Okay. First, I'm creating an object of the address class, and there I'm passing. So let's say I'm passing Hyderabad. Okay. Then this is the pin. Let's take 5, 9, then state. Let's take I'm saying right. This is the information I'm passing to this. So now become self dot city will become Hyderabad. This will become 50089 and it will become Telangana. Correct? No questions, right? Now I'm saying object 2 equals to I'm creating now the for the customer. Now in the customer, let's take name and address. So I'm saying first is my name. Let's take okay. And instead of passing on address, I'm passing the object of the address. I'm saying obj1. So this is called the aggregation relationship. So we have a data for already for the address. So instead of passing on there again, whatever there in the object one, I'm just passing an object as a parameter to the second. Make sense? This is making sense? All right.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Samir.
So now,
We are sorry. Yeah, we are already having self as object for class. Then why we are having object one also another object?
sorry, I didn't get this.
Yeah. We are already having self as object for class customer. Then why we are having another object one?
That is for the address class.
Okay.
We have
For
two classes,
customer
right?
also we are creating object two, right? So for both we are having self as object.
I'm not getting the question actually. Sorry for that.
Yeah, I know, Samir. Already we are having self as object for both classes, right? Like a
Object for
self
both the class.
dot city. Yeah, self as the object, right, for the both classes. Or
Uh-huh.
this
No,
is the
no,
second one.
no. I think Casey, the customer class, right? So like Samir is getting an input of two variables, name and address. He's created another class called address. Again, he is getting an input of three variables, city, pin, and state. So in object one, is calling out the class address. He is passing the three parameter, city, pin code, and the state. And then he is creating another object two. He calling of the customer class. Okay, he is getting a name. Okay, instead of the address, he is passing the object one. Object one is having a address detail, right? So he is passing object one. So when you print the object two, it will print Samir plus all the things. I'm right, right? That's a,
So
Yeah,
calling
that's
to
what.
call the function, we are using object one and object two, right?
no, whenever, yes.
Uh, 1 second. Vidya self is not an object. I guess you have got it wrong. Self is not an
No,
object.
before we use that as
No.
object for every
No, wait.
program, right? Every class.
Hold on. Now tell me, what's the problem here? Like, what your doubt here? I'm not getting the question properly, first of all. What your doubt? Go
No,
ahead.
Samir. By actually we are using
Hmm.
self as object in class customer. By using
See.
that object
Self
only.
is, wait, hold on. Self
Mm,
is is an object when you create it. When you are creating object one and self is same. When I'm talking about for the address class, when I'm creating
Okay.
an object of the object of the address, then obj1 and self is same because self and object one I showed you last class. Self and object will store the same location, and using that only we are calling all the variables. Now go to the next question. Go ahead.
Okay.
I
So both
explained
are
that.
same. You are telling both are same. Okay.
Both are
So
not
reason
same.
is okay.
Both are not same. Both are different, but both are in the same memory location. And since we are in the class, all the variables, all the methods should go to the object. So here self is represented as an object. So the object dot methods, object dot attributes. That's what we are doing when you are defining the class. Okay. Now
Okay.
go ahead. Next question.
So, okay, we are defining with self. Now, why we are using object 2 or object 1?
That is an object, right? This is a clear-cut
Okay.
object we are creating. This is a self-reference we are doing it. When you are defining the class, do you have any object one? We have. Do you have anything
Mm,
on this called obj one? Then just think like logically when you are defining a class, that methods and that attributes needs to be accessed through an object because as for the oops. Okay, so that represent yourself in that case when you're defining it. But when you're creating the object of the class, we are creating the object. Object one equals to this. That represents now the object. Now your question I understand. Your question is like why we are not using self here, you are saying, and
Yes.
why you are not accessing self dot that method outside. No, that is not the case. Self is just like a reference inside the class. Self is a keyword, I can say. Self is a keyword which holds the object memory. That's it, to access it. That to be inside the class, not outside of the outside of the class. If you want to access, you need to create physical object. That's it, you need to do it. As simple as that.
Okay. Okay. So, to call the class, so we need to create the physical object like object 1, object 2. Okay. I got some. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, and now suppose let's take if I print object one dot let's no sorry object two dot name. If I print, what will get it?
We
Just
will
give me a
get
name.
name with the address.
Samir,
I'm, I'll get only Samir, right? My name only. I'm just calling the name only. Okay.
yes.
Now if I call address, what do you think?
You'll get both.
What both? Name and address
Uh,
both.
Samir, object 1.
Samir Samir and Hyderabad,
Oh,
Pin and
some,
Telangana
yeah.
address.
It
Oh,
is
it's
just
giving
printing.
you the memory.
It is just printing the memory. Now tell me how to get the city or the pin or even in the state. How to get that using this variable? Because inside this object already we passed on the obj. Anyway, object one dot city, object one dot state, and object one dot pin. We can do that. There's no problem on that. But I want to access through the object number.
Maybe we can check object 2 dot object 1, object
Sorry.
2 dot
Okay.
object 2 dot
Object.
object 1. Can try that object
No.
1?
No.
No, it is
No. The
not there.
object dot
Okay, it is not.
object dot object will not available. So in this case, this is my class object dot address dot city.
Dot city.
This is the way.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the way we will print. Okay. Object to dot address dot state. Okay. Got it. This is the relationships now we have. Print object to dot address dot pin. If you print this, all things will get it through your object number 2. Okay. And even you can print your object 2 dot print object 2 dot name as well. Got the point here? Now you can ask me one question, that why it is required. Required in the sense, suppose you have in the first class, that's very good question. Like I have a name and address. So address could be anything, right? Address can hold of your city, pin, your postcode, your email ID, your all the things. Everything is possible on address, right? So instead of passing all this in this is a variable, like one for the state, city, make it clumsy. What I have done, I have just passed on the name and I'm passing on the address. And this all address information I'm taking from another class, which hold city, pin, state, even in here we can put email, whatever you want to put it. And that I'll create a separate entity. And when I'm calling the customer class, I'll pass that information as an object rather than a variable. So that will be helpful for me. And this is a good example of doing the program effectively. Okay. Instead of putting all the information into one class, just split it. Okay. Make sense? Any questions here? Am I good?
Yes.
Everybody is good on this?
Yes.
All clear?
Yes.
All clear? Okay. This is one kind of relationship in Python. This is called your aggregation relationship. So just pass on the object. So the next type is called your inheritance. Let's understand that. So let me create a file. So inheritance is something like your, like in your real-time example, your parent and child relationship. Whatever the parent and child relationship holds in a real time, that concept is nothing but your called your inheritance. So child will inherit some property from the parents. Okay, so that's the way it works. So that's the correct way we can define the inheritance as well. Okay, so let me do it something. So I have some class product. So I have div underscore init self. Suppose I have ename product name price and even type also. So now I'm saying self dot ename equals to ename, self dot price equals to price, and self dot type equals to type. Okay, that's it. Now I'm creating another class. Last time, if you see the relationship, we have created another one and we define everything here. Then finally passing the object. This is different, but this will be different. Here I'm saying product details. And here as a parameter, I'm passing the class name. Now what happens is, now this product details, which is the class, will be inherited everything from the product. Everything. All data members and all the methods, whatever they are in the product class, can be accessed through the product details class as well. And it it will have extra as well. Okay, so this product details class can have now extra things, but it can access the product members as well. This is the way the inheritance works. So inside the parameter, we need to pass the class. Okay, now I'm not defining anything. I'll show you how we can add some extra also, but let's try to understand what exactly the product details class is. Just I'm pass here. So now what I will do, I will create an object of my product details class. So p equals to, let's take the product details, and I'm passing on, let's take first product, let's take iPhone. Then I'm passing on price is let's say 25,000, and this is category is smart. So here just understand when this object got created, right? P, for which class we created? We created for the product details. So it will go to here the product details and it will see, yes, okay, there is a parameter as a class it is there, so product. So it understands that okay, this product details will inherit all the properties from the product. So it can take three parameters like whatever the parameters I have in the product name, price, and type. Okay. Now I can say print p dot your p name. Okay. Then I can print my p dot what do you call that type. Okay. And print p dot price. Okay. Let's run this and we will get our data as for the export. Got it? That makes sense. This logic.
Yes.
Yes.
Samir, so the before problem, we don't have the common like inheritance. So we are having two objects, but here we have to create one object to call
Correct.
both
Correct.
classes.
That's correct. That's correct. That's
Okay,
correct.
Samir.
So here we need to create an object of the child class which will inherit the property of the parent. But vice versa is not possible. Okay. If I create an object of the product, and suppose you have something on this, then that will be not applicable. Makes sense? I will give an example there. So suppose I have something on the product. Suppose now in the product details I have nothing. But let's imagine that in the product detail I have couple of variables. Okay. When you create an object of the product details class, that can access the product details, what about the things I have in the product details class, plus the product class, whatever I have, because the child can access the parent. But when you create an object of the product class, you will not able to access the product details because parent can't access the property of the child. That is not possible. That is against the rule of the instance. This you need to make sure you are clear on this. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Getting the point? And one more thing, suppose you have a private variable. This is the first property I told you that child can inherit the property of the parent, but vice versa is not possible. Second thing is, suppose you have a private variable. How to create a private variable?
Before
That
def underscore
No,
inherit.
no, no underscore. Okay, before the variable underscore.
Underscore
yeah.
underscore. Yeah. Okay.
So here, suppose now I have created my P name as a private. So make sure that whenever any private member is there on the parent class, that will be never inherited. Only the public members will be getting. So now P dot P name will not. Okay, P dot type will work, P dot price will work, but if I run it now, it will throw an error. Product details object has no attribute as a P name because P name is now private. So that private member will be accessed through only through the product, not through the child. This we need to always remember in inheritance. Got it? Are good here?
Yes.
Samir, so
But
if I write P equals product instead of product underscore details, if I just write P equals product, I will still get the output.
yeah, just make it different. So P1, let's say P1 equals to product. Then I am passing on whatever I am passing on here. That you can do that. Through this we can do that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Through this object we can access P name, price, and type. Anything we can do it, but not through the child object. You know, to see, I can put it one more as well. So let's take Samsung. Let's take 23,000. And it's the phone. Now I can put P1 dot that is what happened. One second. P1 dot P is open up for what's line. Let me drop this object one second. Because I should get to where the problem is there. Then P1 dot oh, this is private, right? Oh, this is private, right? Okay, one second. Yes. So private variable will not access by the object also, right? I explained this scenario, right? You remember? You remember the private object which I created last time? How you are accessing that? How it got converted? Everything. You remember this point?
Yeah.
How to access it? So that will become that will be never accessible, right? By
Yeah,
the
you shouldn't you do that.
when I am also on the flow, I am trying. Not possible. And this will become an, right? I told you the class name, something like
Underscore class name,
underscore. This will become like this, right? Underscore
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 underscore p name.
p name. Yeah, this will become like this. That is not an ideal scenario. We should do it. Still, it is not going. Let's see. We can try this out. But here the problem is it is a private, so we will not able to see. Maybe I make a mistake. Or yeah, now it's getting right. Yeah, but it is not advisable here, right? You should not do this. This is programmer, but you should make it when you make it as a private, so you should not access to neither through any object. Okay, so that's fine. You understand that point. But through that, we can access other variable. But the problem is, in case of inheritance, if it is a private variable, the child will never access that variable. Even parent also will not able to access, means child also will not inherit it. So that is making a private for the parent only. Some properties we are not inheriting. That's the make sense. We are good here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me take another example where let me remove this. So let's say I'm taking a class here. I'm taking a class called phone. Then I'm saying there underscore underscore init self, and I'm passing on few things. It is called my price, my brand. Just let's take price and brand only. Then assuming self dot price equals to my price, self dot brand equals to my brand. Now what I'm doing, class says another class I'm doing that is called my smart, and I'm passing phone as an object. Sorry, phone as a class. Now it will inherit everything, right? Smartphone will, the object of the smartphone will inherit the properties from the phone. Correct? Now what I'm doing is in this first class, let's take just for a example. Yeah, so let's take def. I'm having a function called def by self, and I'm just printing it, nothing else. Print this is phone class. I'm not doing any proper example, but to explain the scenario, I'm just doing it. And inside this class also, I have a function called by, same function with the name of the same. So name is same in both the class. This is smartphone class. Okay, done. Now this is done. We have. Now let's create an object of my smart. And inside the smartphone, I need to pass price and brand because it will should be inherited from the phone itself. Now price is let's take 1000, and let's take the brand is, so iPhone is a phone brand, but it is a smartphone. Now think like if I use s dot by, which by should, there are two bys now. I have two by functions. One is inside my parent class, and one is there in my child class as well. So which one it should access? What am I out of
So
this
it
will be
will
give me
be
this.
parent class. So it will print everything like this is smartphone class and this is phone class and also
Mhm.
price 25,000 and iPhone.
No, that will not print. 25,000 iPhone will not print because
Okay.
inside the method I have not defined any. That is fine. That output will not, unless
Okay.
until you are accessing through the variable. Okay? As of now, if you kept something on the methods, then it is possible. But my question would be two outputs will be there. Either it will be this is phone class or this is smartphone class. Either of the output will, or two output. That's the question.
Two outputs. Two outputs.
What do you guys think? Don't try this on your, if you are on a laptop. Don't try it and answer it, but just think and tell me what would happen.
This is a smartphone class.
This is a smartphone class. Why will not give you this is a phone class?
Because as you said, it will not, you're calling inheriting the from the parent. So it won't give you what is in the parent. I mean,
Mhm. Let's run this. Smartphone takes no argument. Why? For what sake? It will not take any. That's why it is not taking that 12,000. Just taking self dot object. Okay, maybe there is no parameter here. Let's what mistake I'm doing here. Just hold on, huh? Just give me a second. Smartphone takes no arguments. I'm passing an argument type. Phone as an argument here.
Samir,
But
define string you have given init
Yes, init
here in the
constructor
top
should be.
after class phone. Define init function or string function.
oh my god, correct. This will be in it now. Sorry, thank you. So it is saying that this is the smartphone class. So just understand when the object will have a conflict of the same name. Okay, here there is a conflict saying that s dot by, and since this smartphone class is inherited the property from the phone, and in the phone also we have a same method name, then variety will take it from the child class. That is the way it is defined. If there is a conflict of the name, then the object will take the method from his class rather than taking from the parent class. This is the way the property works. All right, got the point here? This is the way it should. Okay, and this is called polymorphism. Okay, in polymorphism, actually, there are three things are there rather. Okay, so first is called method overriding. Second is called method overloading, and third is called operator overload. These three concepts will come in polymorphism. Okay, and this whatever I'm showing you, this is comes under the method overriding. So when you say by, it is overriding. It is just considering your child method rather than it is considering your parent method. So this is not at all running. The method overriding. This example is called your method overriding. Okay. Any questions? Now questions would be here. Any
Samir,
doubts here?
yeah, Samir,
Go ahead.
it print the parent method, right? Not child method. This is smartphone class is the parent method message, right?
Child method, right? Smartphone is inherited from phone. Smartphone is child.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, Samir. Yeah.
Okay.
Samir, then what
Now
should
the
we do to get this is phone class? How should we get that?
yeah, I'm coming to that. So for that,
Okay.
if you want, you need to use another keyword called super. So what I will do after this, inside my smartphone class, I will say super dot by. Just hold on. This- Let's try to run this. Mm, just hold on. Super dot. Why I'm not getting this? This what? Like this we need to do. Okay. Super. Let's do that. Inheritance. Got it? Now this is your phone class and this is your smartphone class. So when there is a conflict of your name and inside the child class, we need to use a super function, super keyword, super dot by. Then what happened here in this case? Just think like that, okay? So my smartphone object got created and it holds two things, 12,000 and iPhone. It will go to, and when you are running the by, when you are calling the by function, it will go to child by and it will print first. This is smartphone class. Then it will find out one super class, super.by. Okay, you understand that? Okay. Now I need to go to my phone class because that is my parent class for this. Then I will call this as well and I'll print this as a phone class. That's the way it's okay. We're good?
Yeah, Samir, if we give super alone, it will display the parent message only, or is it
Yeah.
possible to give super alone?
Where? I know I'm not
Yeah,
getting what is it?
not mentioning by, just give super. So it
No,
will.
it will
Is
not.
it possible? Yeah.
But we need to call the by function, right? Because by is a method.
So what's the possibility to call parent message only? I want to print parent message only by using this object.
And then we need, don't need
By
to give
using
here
this.
anything. Then we don't need to give any message on the child. So, but what is
Yes.
your requirement? The question is, it should be hypothetical on your question. You want to do like that, but why you want to do like that? Can
No,
you
I
give an
have
example where it
chances.
could be useful?
No, here I
Go ahead.
can print child message only and
Hmm.
also parent-child message both. I'm not with real time, but I'm asking if I want to print the parent message only in some cases. Is it possible or it's
That's
not?
what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
fine.
only if you want to print only parent message, then there should be no child message, right? As simple as that. Because when there is a same name will be there, the first priority it will give you the child class one. And the child class don't have anything there on the method, and we have only super, and it will call that the parent method and it will print it. As simple as that, right? We
Yes,
don't have
because
anything here. I
okay,
don't have anything. But
okay.
I since if I run it, it will give you the full class only because I don't have anything. But if you have any logic on the in the
No,
child
no,
class, then
Samir,
that will
I'm
print
asking
first.
we are having more than two, three. We are having two, three child classes, and
Mm.
from this, I want the parent message only. So in that case, how can I? So that's the point I'm
So
asking.
you mean to say this will I will after object creation I need to call it, you are saying directly
Yes,
like that you are saying?
yes.
That was the question.
Okay, Samir, I just no, I'm asking if we are having two more child classes and we can call like this a super or this function, we can get the messages from all child classes, but we couldn't get the parent class, right? Okay, I will get it.
No, I'm still Nitya, I'm really
Okay,
sorry for that.
okay,
I'm
Samir.
confused with the question actually.
Okay.
Anybody can explain me what Nitya is saying or question is clear to anybody?
So, Nitya, you want to print only the parent class, but there should be a message also, the print message should be there in the child class also, right? You want to the
Mm,
same code, but you want to print only the parent message, correct?
yes, here we are having methods to print
No,
child class
right.
only
No,
and also both.
no, no.
I want,
Right,
yeah, I
right,
want
right.
alone, parent class alone.
Right. See, by is a method. Okay, by is a definition. That method, right, is overriding. Okay, so that
Yeah,
time,
if
if you
we are
want
having
to,
in this
okay,
case, yeah, in this
yeah.
case,
In
fine.
this case,
If we are having two, three child class and everyone is having by method, so we can get the message from child classes, right? By super, we can get child and parent if we are having two, three child classes.
so yeah,
But
you
if
can
I
create
want,
another. No, no, right, right. You can create another class as a smartphone, right? You can create another class, the smart tab, and then you can inherit with the phone or whatever it may be. Then you can call it as the parent class. So when you call it as the parent, so whether are you going to consider then if you're adding a new class, whether are you consider the parent is a phone or it's a smart, if you call it that way. So you all go with that inherit, right? So what basis you are calling it? Samir, can you create another
Yeah,
class called
yes,
yeah, yeah.
some
that's
tab
my
or
That
doubt.
something?
Yeah, if we have
no,
two, three child class and
That's our doubt, okay?
oh, that's what is out.
Smart
Okay.
tab.
So
Yeah,
here you
you
have a
can.
choice. You have a choice here.
yeah, here
Smart
also we are
tab.
having by method.
One second, one
So
second.
yeah,
Here you
yes,
have a choice, Nitya. That smart tab
it's
will
not.
inherit data from smartphone or phone. You have a choice now. You have two class. Phone is the parent, the smartphone is the parent of the phone. Now smart tab will be the parent of what? Smartphone or phone. So that we have a choice now because we have already two class. Now we have pass on the phone here. Then what happened? All the properties of your phone class
Smartphone.
can be accessed through smart tab and even to the smartphone also because now the structure is something like this. So I have my phone and this is my parent and this is all inherited something like from this is one class is like this called smartphone and second one will be this is the class diagram. Okay. Now any object of the smartphone or smart tab will have able to access the phone class. Anything. And if you want, if you have a now here also a by function and here also a by function and here also we have a by function. Okay. Now, if you create an object of the smartphone and if you want to put by, then first priority will go to the this object, this class. And you want to super, then it will access the phone class. Same thing for the smart tab. If you create an object of the smart tab and if you call the by function, then first priority will go to the smart tab. Then if you go to super, then it will run the phone class. Make sense?
So
Yeah, yes, yeah.
yeah, Samir, I have a question here. So suppose,
Go ahead.
okay, if we in the class smart tab, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
instead of the inherit from the phone, I can inherit from the smartphone.
Yes. Yes, we
So
can do that.
then I have a bike, I can have a bike class in the smart tab also.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I call the bike class from the smart tab, then whatever the thing will be calling from the bike. Okay, this bike class.
Hmm.
If I call
Hmm.
it from the super, then it will go to the smartphone, not
Smartphone.
from the phone.
Smartphone. No,
Okay.
correct.
If I
Smartphone
want to
it will go.
call the phone, if I want to call the phone by class from the my smart
Hmm.
tab, how to call it? You cannot call, right?
Sorry,
Like that.
we can't call. You can't call. You can't
Yeah,
Yeah,
call.
that's
So
that's the
either
question I'm asking, Samir.
you
Yeah,
have to go with
thanks.
the hierarchy.
Yeah,
That's a
got it.
question I
hierarchy.
think. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a question for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
question. Yeah.
Oh, this was the
Okay.
question. Okay. Okay. Now you got the
Okay.
question. Answer is clear.
Yes, Samir. So it's not, we can't call from this. Okay, I got it.
This is generic. See,
Okay.
you
So
have your
okay, you have to
you
go
have
by
a
hierarchy.
yeah you have a grandparents, you have your parents, then your childs are there, right? So you have inherited some property from your parents. Parent inherited some property from your grandparents. Just real time. How you can access your property direct from the grandparents? Not possible. Child is
Okay.
I can't directly access the grandparent. That simple as that. That is a real time because inheritance is coming from real time solution only. Child will only able to access the property from the parents, not from the directly we can't access the grandparents, right? Not possible. In a
Okay,
real
Samir.
time it's not possible, not even here also. Okay,
Okay, Samir. Got it. Yeah, thank you.
got it, right? And even just think one more thing, people get confused here. The super function is used to call the y function. They think like that, okay, this I will take it when I'm creating the object, I will do like this. Just remember, the super function always used inside the class. It will never available outside of the class. Super is there is no use or we can't use the super keyword or super method outside of the class. In here only we need to put it. So whenever inside the class, when he found the super method, then it understand that it needs to go to the his parent and access the members from that. That's it. That's the use of the super. Okay, got the point?
Yes, got it, Samir.
Okay. Now taking this through an example. Now I will explain you what is the exact use another implementation of your super. Okay, let's do that. So you understand this. So now let me. Everybody is clear on this? Say yes or no, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now let me run this now. Let's create another one. I'll do it in a different way. This one. So try and understand. Okay. So def underscore init self. Then let's take here. I'm taking price and brand. Sorry, why I deleted? I don't know. Let's take okay. When like I'm writing self dot price equals to my price. Self dot brand equals to my brand. Okay. Now I have. I'm inheriting now. I'm not defining any class. Sorry, method or something. So I'm saying self dot my smartphone again. Okay, when I'm inheriting the property of my phone. Okay, then here I am defining now again one construct def in itself, and inside that I'm passing. Uh, let's take price brand. Okay, then OS, then RAM. There are four parameters. This is very much useful. Okay, guys, just try and understand this scenario. Okay, now what I'm saying super dot init, and I'm passing on here my price comma brand. Okay, this is the first I'm doing it. Now I'm doing self dot os equals to os, self dot ram equals to ram. Okay, now here when I'm creating, just try and understand this scenario. Okay, it is very much, this is the actual use of your super, I can say. Okay, that is the first way you saw that wow, how the super works here. Now here what happen is when I'm saying s equals to my smartphone, the which object I'm creating, the smartphone object. So how many parameters it should take? How many parameters, guys?
4.
4. So let's take 12,000. Then let's take the iPhone. Then I'm saying OS is, let's take Mac, and let's take it is a 2 GB RAM. Okay, got it? Now if I say print s.os, what should I get it? Just think and tell me. S.os, or how much I will get it? Or what I will get it? S.os. Able to understand this? Hello? What should I get
S
it?
dot Y.
In the
Mac.
OS?
Mac.
Mac only.
Dot
Mac only.
Mac.
Yeah, I'll get the Mac. Okay. Now if I say s.os is there, let's take, I say print s.brand. Then what should I get it here?
iPhone. iPhone.
Mhm. BRND. Where is a mistake I have done? Oh, okay, here. I'm making a mistake here, okay? I'm making a self.brnd. Now I should get it. Okay. So can somebody explain me how you are getting this s.brand equals to iPhone here? How it is working exactly? Can somebody explain me this scenario? This you need to understand very clearly. We are getting, that is fine. How we are getting here? Okay, now tell me, when this object got created, the smartphone, what will happen? On the 11th line, when I am creating an object of the smartphone class, what will happen?
It will
So
assign in
when
line 6 all the values.
yes,
So it will call your constructor, right,
Yeah.
of this class. Okay, all right. Now it will go inside the constructor, and what we are saying here, the first line,
Super.
super.
we are
Just
we are calling the super class constructor.
That means parent
correct.
parent class it is
Yes,
being called.
correct. So in this case, the price and brand will be assigned with these two, right? The first two. So 12,000 will be assigned to the price, and brand will be assigned to the iPhone. That's it. Now it will come to again to the smart, and self.os equals to your Mac, and self.ram equals to 2. That's what it is assigning here, right? And when we are accessing s.os, we are getting Mac, and s.brand we are getting iPhone. Make sense? So this is the way we can call your constructor also of your parent class to assign the variable. Okay, this is another implementation of your super keyword as well. Okay, clear on this point, everybody?
Samir, if sorry, Samir,
Hmm, hmm.
if we don't give that super function,
Then it will not. There will
uh,
be. Sorry, come again.
if I don't give super function, super and call the constructor,
Hmm.
can I not access the price and brand?
You need to think. Just think and tell me. See, I am giving you a
Yeah,
concept
got
now.
it, got it, Samir.
Now
Yeah,
you're
you're
no.
assigning
So
it.
now, correct. I'm assigning it.
Yeah,
I'm
got it.
when I'm running the constructor, I'm assigning it. And
Assigning
think,
it. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I am
Sorry,
giving
Samir.
you a concept. Yeah, no. I'm just giving you a concept, and whatever your thoughts is coming, right? Post to this, please do it, try it out first. Like, okay, this X changes, Y changes, what will happen? If you try it, you will get lots of question and lots of answer as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the hit and trial for you. Just do it. Whatever in your mind, just do it. But what I'm saying to you that the super keyword is very much important when you have a same methods, and if you want to access your parent instead of your child, that you can do that. And in case of the constructor, suppose you have a constructor in the child class as well, and you want to call your parent
Parent
constructor
class.
to assign some variables, that also you can do that using your super keywords. Okay, got the point?
Got it. Got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it. Yeah. And in this case, I'm just opening up a paint here. I'm not great on the picture, but I'll try to. So there are different types of inheritance are available. Okay. So here I have a two class, the phone and the smartphone. So this is called your single level inheritance. Okay. So it is something like I have my class one. Okay. Then I have my class two, and class 1 will be inherited the property of my, sorry, not this one. So the class 1 will be inherited the property from your class 2. So this is your class 2, this is your class 1. This is called your single level inheritance, okay, which you are doing already. We can have a nested as well, that I'm explaining you. Now, this is called a single level. Okay. And when we have a multiple level, there is another clause called multiple level. This is my first class. Let's take this is my second class. And this is my third class. And in this case, the third class will inherit the property from the second class. The second class will be inherited the property from the first class. This is called your multi-level inheritance. This is single level, this is multi-level. And it can extend more also. But this is the way. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Next is called your hierarchy. Hierarchical is there will be one parent and there can be any child. This is one child, this is, let's say this is one child. So child number one can inherited the property, not this one, sorry. I need a like this one. I don't know from where I will get it, but I'm doing this one like this. Okay, this is called your hierarchical inheritance. So this is your parent, this is child one, and this is child. Okay, now tell me in single you understand. In the multi-level, the third class will inherit the property from where and where. Suppose I have some member on my parent class. This is child one and this is child two will access child one and even the parent also, right? In
Yes.
multi-level. And in hierarchical, child one will able to access only the parent. And this child will able to access only the parent. These two are never inherited, right?
Yes.
We are good on this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And there is another type is there that is called your multiple. So this is single level, this is multi-level, this is hierarchical, and multiple inheritance is there. That is, let me put another diagram file new. That is called like this. So we have a class 1, then we have a class 2. So there will be two parents. So like your father and mother, okay, and they are inherited one child. This is also a real-time example. This is called your multiple inheritance. All right, this is called your multiple instance. Okay,
Yes.
you are good. And the last one is called the hybrid one. Hybrid is like a mix of everything. If it is consist of single, multiple, it is called a hybrid. If it is a single and multi-level, it is called a hybrid. So anything mix up everything, that will call hybrid. Okay, all right. And this actually this multiple inheritance, I don't know about recent Java update, but there is no existence of multiple inheritance in Java. Okay, it is available in Python. It will very much work. We can use it, but in Java, as far as I know, because I never worked that much of extensively on the Java, but in Java there is no called, there is no instance called multiple inheritance. Other are there, single level, multi-level, hierarchical, everything is there, but multiple inheritance is not available in Java. Rather than it is available in, okay, syntax is
Yeah.
very same, but
Yeah.
is there.
Hybrid also. Yeah. Samir, hybrid also new feature in Python, right? No
No, no,
other. Yeah.
hybrid is hybrid is a, yes, I can say. I don't know about Java how the hybrid is there. No, hybrid is something like it's a mix. Like you can have a single and multi-level, single and multiple, single and multi-level, or multiple
Yes.
multi-level. Whenever you combine all these things features, no, that is called your hybrid.
Okay, Samir.
There is no concept called hybrid, but rather we can combine it. Okay. And syntax is very simple. Okay. Whenever you want to inherit, we need to pass that class object inside the class definition. So that is done. That's it. We need to do gradually. Okay. Got it? Do you have any
Yes.
questions?
Yes.
Okay. Now in the polymer fusion, we saw method overriding. Whenever you have a same method, it will go to the child class and it will do it. Next we'll try to understand quickly about the method overloading. Okay, method overloading on the polymer feature. Just I will take 1 minute only today. Method overloading. Okay, so method overloading is what? Is like one function I want to behave in a different way in the same class itself. The name of the function would be same, but I want to what do you call it? The behavior of that function I want to control it. Okay, so let's take class. Um, here I want to define a function called area. Okay, and let's take I want to first radius, and I want to print return 3.14 into radius. So this is just like a what do you call it? Area of a what do you call it? This is a
Area of a
circle area,
circle.
right? Area of a circle. The same. I want to create another area here. The same function, but this time I want to take length and breadth. Now this will return L into B. Okay, so this is the area of what? Rectangle, right? Length and breadth, right? So when I'm creating, and now you just think area and area, both are same. Now, ideally, when I'm creating an object of my math class, and I'm passing on, let's take 12, 34. Okay, sorry, not M, it should be capital. And what should it print actually? Error or what exactly it should print?
It will return the rectangle area
No,
12 into
nothing will
34.
print. Nothing will
Nothing will
print
print.
output.
Area, I'm saying 12, 34. Now what should we print here? Nothing?
12 into 34.
Nothing will print because you are not using any print statement, right?
I'm returning, right? It's fine. Return also it will work, right?
Return output. You cannot get a output, right?
You should print, right, to get something.
Print something in the panel, output panel.
Print m dot area if you give.
No,
Shouldn't we call init functions or anything for this? Just
no,
basic
that's fine. I'm not doing. It's fine. That is fine. Okay, let's
operation.
do the print as
Mhm.
well. But ideally,
I,
let's see.
so now it will be print that 12 into
12 times
34.
34.
In the same scenario, print. That's fine. Okay. Now if I
So
print
you
this,
The
good. I'm
DB
I'm I'm getting 408. I'm getting, but when I'm
okay.
running m dot area, then I'm passing only one. Let's take two. So ideally, it should consider this as well, right? Normally. So whenever I'm passing two parameters, you should consider this length and breadth. When I'm passing to one parameter, then I should consider the radius. So ideally, I'm saying when I'm talking about the area with the one parameter, it should give me the area of the circle. And when I'm passing on two parameters, it should give me the circle of the rectangle. But here the problem is in Python, this code, this is the method overloading method. Okay. This will be ideal scenario for Java, C++ as well. The same code will work. But hypothetically in Python, this is not possible. Okay. So I can say directly your method overloading is not available in Python. Okay. But it should be make smart. How to do that? Same thing we can do it in different. Okay. So how we will do it? What is the point? Got the point,
Yeah.
right? This is not possible. Directly it is not possible. So what I will do here in this case is to make it happen. So I will define only one area function, and what I will do, let's take, I will say A and the B equals to 0. I'm just taking a B variable here and I will put my condition. If B equals to 0, then I will say print. First of all, I will explain that,
Area.
okay, this is, I'm putting a circle, then I'll say 3.14 into A into A into A. So whatever I'm giving here, okay, that I'm just printing it. Then else, I'm saying print, I'm saying rectangle, I'm saying A into B. You should be a little bit smart to make it the method overloading in Python. Okay. Now, when I'm creating an object of the math class, I'm passing 12, 34. In this case, the B is not equals to 0, right? Then it will print rectangle. Okay. You give me this one. And when I'm passing only, let's take 2. In this time, my B is equals to 0, the second parameter. Okay. That time it will print to me 3414 into A into A. Circle is
12.4.
12.56, right? So should be slightly smart in Python to make it the method overload. Okay, otherwise directly it is not possible. Okay,
So
so
Samir,
that, go ahead.
yeah, method overloading means we have to overload in the method in same name in two or more methods, right? But here we use one method. So here we don't use method overloading, but we can do the process in same method, one method, right?
Method overloading concept is the same method
Yeah, in
should
different,
work
in
different ways.
different methods, yeah.
Yeah,
But here we
but
are
here,
using only one method with, it's having all the concept,
correct,
not more
concept.
than one method in, same name.
Concept
Okay.
concept we can implement, not the way it is. Like we need to define, we can't define two same function and we can call both the functions. That is not possible in Python. But we need
Yeah,
to be
we can
smart
define.
enough to do that. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so yeah, got it. Yeah.
So we understand in a polymorphism with the method overriding and the method overloading. This is method overloading. And the last one, which is called your operator overloading, that I have explained already in the fraction class. You remember the fraction? We remember fraction. We created a fraction class. There we defined all the class object. When I'm putting a plus, instead of doing it is plus 2 plus 3 equals to plus, it is doing fractional plus, right? Remember?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's an example of your operator
Operator.
overloading. So the same operator will work for different. Like instead of plus, it is doing 2 plus 3. I'm doing a sum of fraction. So that is called your operator overload. Okay? You can take it like as an example of your operator overload. All right? Make sense? So this overall is complete your oops. Okay, and tomorrow I will explain you one of the example that is called the file handling. It's very simple thing is there. Then I will start the NumPy and pandas from tomorrow. Okay, and in the meantime, today I will assign some assignments. Sorry for that, I didn't assign in the weekend. And another Wednesday or something, I will assign one project to complete that using your base in your oops. Okay, understand? Let me stop. I'm done.